Hey guys, Ryan here. So I've been debating on making this video for a couple days, and a couple phone calls I got this morning definitely pushed me in making it. So I'm going to explain my personal opinions on the Black Lives Matter protest around pretty much the world at this point. It's gone global. The riots and the intent behind it. So first off, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this on both sides. So first off, leave your comments. Just be respectful to one each other. Right now is obviously a very divided time, so just keep your comments respectful. You can have disagreements, and that's fine. Everyone has their right to their opinion. Just try to keep it respectful. So first off, as many of you do know, I do support Black Lives Matter. It irritates the shit out of me when people say all lives matter. If a house is on fire, if there's two houses, one's on fire, which one do you put water on? Both houses are not equal at that point. The one needs the water. And I fully support that. Anyone that knows me, I'm posting this video on Facebook too. Anyone that follows me on Facebook knows where I stand politically, and where I've always standed. However, rioting is not the answer. People want to say that that's a form of protest. It's not. And the scary part is right now they've moved into the Chicago suburbs and they're about a mile away from my parents' house. They've set fire to Cheesecake Factory. They've broken in and set fire to Menards. They've broken and looted Wendy's and White Castles and gas stations. And they're breaking into people's homes with machetes. That solves nothing. That solves absolutely nothing, and it makes the point you're trying to get across so much worse. First off, you're gonna pull away so many of your supporters by doing stuff like that. And even for people that are not going into the suburbs, that are doing it in the big cities, AutoZone is getting broken into in Minneapolis. What does AutoZone have to do with any of this? You're breaking into family-owned businesses, bars, things that people spend their life savings on to build up, and you're looting it. There's absolutely no excuse for that. And I understand the frustration in the African American community, and I do understand that 100%. But looting and breaking in and setting fires and destroying cities is not the answer. Martin Luther King believed in peaceful protest. And the thing that I've learned, and I've got my degree in political science from Eastern Illinois University, is that change doesn't come fast. Change is slow. And that's just the way life is sometimes, is that change is slow. And that is frustrating. And it's not just on racism and civil rights. It goes to everything that you could think of. It is slow. That's the world that we live in. Now, the point I want to make additionally is, yes, the officer who killed, all these officers that are killing African American men and women in unjust ways, yes, they deserve to be held responsible. But the problem is that we're protesting the wrong thing in a lot of ways. Yes, protest the officers. I do agree with that. But the thing that it's not going to change, because we're just protesting one event. The reason why it's so frustrating is that these officers aren't held accountable for their actions. And the thing is, that's because of the criminal justice system. They rarely get charged and they rarely get prosecuted. If you want to make a change, if you want to stop that from happening and make sure that these officers are held responsible, that's what you go to the ballot box for. Not by burning down Menards. That solves absolutely nothing. I'm terrified right now for my parents and my sister and her husband and her two little kids, because people are breaking into people's homes with machetes. And they're burning down everything in the neighborhood. And I know my parents have their firearms ready to go. So does the whole neighborhood. How is this any way solving anything? It doesn't. It is so frustrating to see the time that we live in, that you could be fighting for the right thing, but you go about it in such a irresponsible way that you are diluting your point and you're pushing away anyone that might support you. I don't care what people say, looting and setting fires to things is not a form of protest, not one that is acceptable in my book. And I know that statement will get a lot of flack, and I know Colin Kaepernick, again, fully support him in taking a knee, 100%. If my ex-girlfriend was here, she would tell you that. Even at college football games when the American national anthem would play, I wouldn't stand. I sat with Colin Kaepernick. I understand that people are going to give that flag for acceptable ways of protesting, but setting fires, looting, and to the point where people are terrified that they're going to die, and it's not, and I understand that's how African Americans are anytime they're with police. I get that. But by doing it again in another way, it doesn't solve anything. So I know that this video maybe gets 100, 200 views, but I just want to put my opinion out there because it's so frustrating right now. You know, I support the peaceful protest. I have no problem with people in any city going out, rallying, having signs, protesting. I fully 100% support that. I support any form of peaceful protest. But when you get violent, I can't support that. I can't support people getting hurt, people getting injured, businesses being burned. And whether it's a big corporation like Target or it's a little family-owned business, it doesn't matter. It doesn't solve anything. So that's pretty much all that I have to say. Again, just keep your comments respectful. Otherwise, you know, I'll delete them. Just stay respectful to one another. This is obviously a really hard time right now. Wherever you stand, there's people that are going to be anti-Black Lives Matter, anti-protest. There's going to be people that are like me, pro-Black Lives Matter, anti-riot. And there's going to be people that are pro-Black Lives Matter, pro-riot. So there's people all over the board that have different opinions, so please be respectful of everyone's. Again, I'm just putting my opinion out there because right now it's pretty scary when I wake up to dozens of phone calls from my parents and my sister, and they're terrified right now that people are breaking into people's homes with machetes. Not sure what that has to do with a police officer killing someone, but I guess in some people's mind it does. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day.